Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by and giving me an opportunity. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support. Today we're going to do something a little different on my channel. Um, I make Deco Mesh Wreaths, and this year that's what I have decided to make my team. I have like 23 individuals that work under me. And so every year for Christmas, I make them a craft project um, instead of going out and purchasing gifts, because I feel like um, giving them something that I have made or I have crafted, that I have taken the time to put into in my energy, shows them how much I appreciate them and value them. So this year I decided I was going to make them all Deco Mesh wreaths. So that's what we're going to be doing today on my channel. So this is a 14-inch wreath form from Dollar Tree. And then you're going to need 18 Chanel stems or pipe cleaners, whichever. And then, of course, you'll need your Deco Mesh, a pair of scissors, a rotary cutter or scissors. Either one will work, whichever you prefer. A pair of wire cutters. And then I also bring out these clips in case I need to use them. And then, of course, you're going to need some ribbon to use as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by putting the Chanel stems on the wreath form. And you start out with finding the center of the wreath form. There's 6 sections, so you're going to find the center of each one of the sections, and you're going to take your Chanel stem and you're going to wrap it around these first 2 bars, twist it a couple times, and then push it forward. Then over here, you're going to put it through the top 2 rows like such, and typically I like to do it where it like wraps around the middle wire here, but sometimes that doesn't always work, so you do the same thing, twist it a couple times, but you're going to pull it out this way instead. Then you're going to come over here and you're going to wrap it around that middle bar, twist it. No, that one didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to, but anyway. So you're going to put 3 Chanel stems in each section. And again, there's 6 sections, so that's where you come up with the 18 Chanel stems that you're going to need. And you want to just twist them as tight as you can to try to keep them in place so that they don't move around. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting the Chanel stems on. I'll fast forward through this so you don't have to sit and watch me do this. Or this video will be forever and a day long. Can put your wreath form to the side. And then the next thing you need to do is get your Deco Mesh that you're going to be using. Now, with these wreaths, you can use 6-inch, 10-inch, 21-inch mesh. I on this one have chose to use the 6-inch mesh because that's the size that I had these colors in. So you're going to want to measure these out to 20 inches. So my mat only goes to 17. So I always measure it out to 17 and then back it up 3 and cut so that I can get the 20 inches. And again, you're going to want 18 of these Deco Mesh pieces. So measure them out. Use your rotary cutter, scissors, whatever is comfortable for you. And you just measure them out, cut them, and throw them off to the side. Again, make sure you get 18 pieces. You're going to put one in each one of the chenille stems that you put on the wreath form. So there's 4. And 5. I don't know if there's going to be enough left on this one or not. I guess there is, just barely. Okay. So then I'm going to go ahead and open this new roll. And so we got 6 here. We need 12 more. I usually stretch it out and cut the end off so that I can start with a fresh straight edge. All right, I will finish cutting these and be back. All right, so there's 18. So again, now I have already cut these. I've already cut 10 pieces of this ribbon, and I cut them at 12 inches a piece. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfect color. stretch your ribbon out to 12 inches and cut it. And you want 10 pieces, 10 pieces of ribbon. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 10 pieces of this, and then I'll be back. So there's 10 pieces of ribbon. So now what you want to do is you want to take, I don't know, 2 to 3 pieces of ribbon, and you're going to put them together and dovetail them like so. You want to do that with both of the ribbons that you're going to use. Now, for these wreaths, you can use anywhere from 1 to 3 different colors. And as far as ribbon goes, same thing. You can use anywhere from 1 to 3 different ribbons. So I'm going to go through and dovetail these, and then I'll be back. Get rid of this. There we go. So most generally, when it comes to the ribbon, you want to use like a 2.5 inch ribbon, and then a 1.5 inch ribbon. But I did not have any ribbon any larger than this size, so I'm going to be using 2 of the same size ribbons. Okay, so now the first thing you want to do is you want to determine which color you want to go down first. And usually what I do is I alternate colors. So if I put the green down first, then over here I'll put the white down, and then I'll just do that all the way around. But you want to go through and open up your chenille stems so that when it comes time to lay your mesh down, you're not struggling to open these up. And you can start outer row first or inner row first, whichever is more comfortable for you. I always start on the outer row. So the first one I'm going to do is the white. I'm going to put the white down first. Okay, and I cut this at 20 inches. So there's several different ways to make a Deco Mesh wreath, but I generally use what's called the no fray method. And so what I do is I fold this in half like so, and make sure that each side overlaps with each other. And this is why I bring out these clips. So once you've folded them over, once you've folded it in half, and you've overlapped the ends by inch and a half, you can go ahead and clip them. And you can do this one of two ways. You can either go long ways or you can go short ways. So if you go short ways, you're going to just take your fingers and run them down the center and gather your mesh up, and it's going to come out to be in like a bow like this. And that's if you go the short ways. Now, if you go long ways, and again, you can do it either way, but if you go long ways, you're going to come out the same way. You're just going to have, it's just going to be a longer bow. So then if you go long ways, this is what you come up with. And you want to make sure that all that fray is on the bottom side so that it goes down. So take it, put it in the middle of your chenille stem, twist it a couple times like so. Then you're going to kind of work it, straighten it out a bit. And then you're going to come over here and do the same thing with the green. You fold it in half. Make sure that it overlaps an inch, inch and a half. And then clip it. And then I always turn mine over and I start gathering till I get it to the center like that. Then I'll get my wreath form, stick it in the middle of my chenille stems, twist a couple times, and voila, you have a bow started. Okay, so white down, green top. Now, again, fold it in half. I usually kind of roll it down like that on one side, fold it in half, clip it on both sides like that, and then I will fold the other side in, clip it so that I know that it's overlapping. Excuse me. So when you got it like that, you can also, when you've got it clipped like that, you can keep the clips on and roll it like that. It makes it a little bit harder, but it is possible. So then you move to the next chenille stem, stick it in the middle, twist a couple times, and you always want to make sure that your bows are stretched out. Now we'll go on to a white one. Flip it. Flip it. Again, I'm sorry. I've still got the sinusy stuff and a little bit of cough left over from COVID a couple weeks ago. All right, so there, that's clipped, but I will unclip one side, roll it over, and start gathering it. And again, put it in the middle of the chenille stem, twist a couple times, So these two are coming loose. So what you'll do is you'll take them back off and you'll just start over. So again, fold it in half, like so. Flip it and fold this side. And again, you want to make sure that the ends overlap by about an inch, inch and a half. And then you're going to gather it like so. And see that for some reason that side just does not want to stay. So bring it back over here, put it in the middle, and twist a couple times nice and tight. Okay, same thing with the white one. Fold it in half again, flip it, like so, and then fold this side, and again clip it, and then start gathering. Gather it into the center like so. And then again, bring it back over here, stick it back in the middle of your chenille stem, twist nice and tight a couple times, and then you're going to want to straighten it and stretch it, and you've got the start of a wreath. So I'm going to go and finish these, and then I'll be back. All right, so that's what it looks like with all of the pieces on the outside. So now we're going to work on the inside. And again, I'm going to go around and open the chenille stems. So that makes it somewhat easier, because the fuller it gets, the harder it gets. Okay. think part of the problem is I'm not getting these exactly folded in evenly. So you're going to want to make sure you do that. Okay, so I'll show you a couple of these on camera, putting them on the inside, and then I'll do the rest off camera so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Because again, this video will be forever long. So again, same process. Stick it in the middle, twist a couple times. And there you go. Right. Another one. And you do this all the way around until you get the inside stems filled. Had a mind of its own, clearly. Okay. Chanel stem number 2. Also, when you do these, it's easier on yourself if you make sure that the outside Chanel stems are folded back out towards the outside so that they're not getting mixed up with the ones in the center, because then you have a hard time and you have to fight to get your mesh in there correctly. All right, so now we'll do the Same thing. In the middle. Couple good tight twists. And stretch it out. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of these off camera and then I'll be back. Okay, so now I've got all of the mesh on here and you can see now how full it is. So then the next thing I do is move on to the ribbons, and again I cut 10 12-inch ribbons. So you're going to take them, and when they're the same size like this, you're going to alternate which one's on top, which one's on the bottom. So you take them, lay them out like so, and then pinch them in the middle. And I always start and go around the center first. And you're going to want to stretch them out and bend them over. And I always stretch the tails opposite. So like green is down, this one is on top. So I'm going to put this one down, this one on top. And I usually try to do like every other one. Okay, so again, put them on top of each other. Bunch them together in the center and twist, and then again separate. Okay. So that gives us 3 on the inside. So now we're going to do the rest of them on the outside. And what I do is I choose a color. Like so, for instance, I started with the white. So what I do is I go around on the outside to every white one and put a ribbon. That way it's every other one. And I just keep alternating. The ribbons as to which one's on top, which one's on the bottom, and stretch them out, kind of fold them over. So, I knew I had an extra white one left over, and I couldn't figure out why or where. So, fold this one up real quick. And sometimes that happens. You just get into a groove and you don't pay attention. now I've got that one down. I can do the ribbon. And again, just make sure you pull your stems out towards the opposite edge. There we go. Okay, so now, again, separate. And that's why you want to use ribbon with the wire on the edges, because one, they're stiffer and they stand up better, and two, makes it easier to separate and fold. So I have one extra left over. So I can either find some place to slip this in at where it's not going to look overly done, or just save it. I always cut 10, but most times I use 9. Okay, so I think I'm just going to save it. I don't think I need to put it in anywhere else. But here is what your finished wreath should look like. So now you just want to go around, twist your chenille stems a couple more times, and then you want to get your wire cutters and snip them down close to the bottom, and just fold that small piece of chenille stem that you're going to have left over downward. So again, twist them a couple times, cut, and bend, twist, cut, and bend. And the way you can do it is you can either go all the way around the outside first, and then move to the inside, or you can alternate back and forth. I typically just go around the outside first and then go to the inside. That way I know where I'm at. Twist, snip, bend. time. Twist. Snip. And bend. So, as you see, those are, whoops, those are snipped and bent, just like that. I'll try to do one more as a close-up. So, twist. Like I said, I twist 3 or 4 times. Snip and bend. And you want to make sure that you don't snip so close down to the bottom that you snip it and the chenille stem comes untwisted. Because then you have to put a new one in and start over on that one. All right. Twist, snip, bend. All right, so I'm going to do the rest of these off camera, and I will be back to show you the finished product. Okay, all snipped. So now you just go back through and refluff and straighten your bows like so. Just want to make sure that it's nice and full, and the tails are on the opposite side of each other. Alright, and there is your Deco Mesh Wreath using the no fray method. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it, and it would most definitely help my channel. And if you would like to see more of these type of tutorial videos on my channel, let me know down in the comments section, and let me know what kind of tutorials you would like to see. Again, thank you for hanging out with me today while I completed my Deco Mesh Wreath. I enjoyed your company, and I hope to see you back here in the next one.